Investors are increasingly concerned that China risks sliding into an economic malaise that could last decades. Take a look at this report as we decode the alarm raised by markets over the deflationary spiral in China.
Investors in China's $11 trillion bond market are more negative than they have ever been about the world's second largest economy. Some are even betting on a deflationary cycle similar to the one that Japan experienced in the 1990s. Despite China's government announcing several economic stimulus measures, yields on Chinese benchmark sovereign bonds have fallen to record lows. The recent plunge has dragged Chinese yields far below levels reached during the 2008 global financial crisis and the COVID-19 pandemic. This underscores growing concern that policymakers will fail to stop China from sliding into an economic malaise that could last decades. In other words, the Japanification of China, with lost decades being the economic risk. It would have far-reaching consequences if the bond market were correct. The other big risk China faces is its property crisis. Bloomberg Intelligence predicts that home sales by the nation's property developers could decline further in 2025. According to experts at JP Morgan Chase, the largest source of defaults in Asia would be Chinese property developers. The majority of real estate players facing their first bond repayment after a prior debt restructuring are Chinese developers. They are estimated to account for almost two-thirds of the defaults. Goldman Sachs also predicts that the majority of trouble will come from Chinese property sector. S&P Ratings sees the default rate in the Asia-Pacific region ticking up this year by 1.5% on the back of China's recent economic slowdown. Zerlina Zeng, head of East Asia Corporate Research at CreditSights, said, "The property downturn is far from over. We see increased asset revaluation and liquidity risk among Hong Kong property credits." Beijing will increase subsidies for consumer goods and raise financing for improvements to industrial equipment. This is part of a campaign to support domestic consumption. Consumers will qualify for a 15% subsidy for buying new mobile phones, tablets and smartwatches under 6,000 yuan or about $820. The actual benefit is capped at 1,500 yuan per person each year, with some restrictions placed on the number of goods that people can buy. China has made boosting consumption a higher priority this year as it looks to fight deflation amid subdued household and business confidence. However, despite the stimulus blitz and pledges to boost demand, the deflationary spiral lasting several years is a real risk under Trump 2.0. Business Bureau, WION, World is One.